I have this thing about my jaw and my eyelid that when I look down, or even when I'm looking up, like when I drink and when I chew, my left eyelid goes like this. You can kind of see it. I am here eating my first meal of the day. I woke up really late because I was up not super late, but as late as probably the latest I've ever been up in a really long time. This is like the best Trader Joe's salad. The dressing is like a Chinese salad, like kind of sweet dressing, and then yeah, everything else is just lettuce, pieces of almond, and then this like fried thingy. There's like basically air. Today is my official day off that I've decided. I was hoping to get a job because for the month of January I wanted to make $3,000. I'm actually only at 18,000 or something like that, and I only have like a week left. So, oh my gosh, I spilled a lot. I really wanted to work today, but in wanting to meet the goal, I raised my rates from like the rates that I see. I think everything was at $31, and I was getting like booked like anytime I wasn't working for the contractor. But to make that goal, I was like, I'm gonna raise it to $35 an hour. And I'm finding that like people will just book you for a certain thing, and then on the description they'll say they want other things done during the time, which is, I get it, like you don't want to book someone to do changing light bulbs and then book a different person to do something like that's kind of similar but in like construction or something. But because one person's not skilled enough or whatever, you know, like you kind of shop around and you end up having to pay a minimum of an hour to multiple people, or I don't really exactly know what people's methods are in booking certain taskers, but I found that I was getting booked for certain things at my lower rate and then being asked to do more, and sometimes I would get booked to do something at my higher rate skill, and then they'll ask me to do something that I feel like they overpaid me for. So I was like, you know what, these are all trades and it's kind of similar, so I'm just gonna make them very similar in rates. So I just made it at 35, and I didn't get booked for anything. For Thursday's task, which was pretty freaking awesome, it was assembling some like overstock desk, which had like 3 drawers on one side, a drawer on like right underneath where, like right in front of where you sit, like a little area where you can put other like decoration and whatever. So it was a little bit more complicated, but I had to assemble that and like some kind of rack you can put outside from Target or Walmart, like one of those like very simple looking furniture, and that turned out fine. Like she also asked me to fix the handle of their sliding door. Basically the screws were just loose, so that's why it was kind of like wiggly. So that was fixed. And then she had like a bigger dresser where it wasn't sliding back and forth on a wheel, so you couldn't just like kind of unhook it and take it off. It was like one of those where the sides were connected to the drawer. The sides will not really come off. Like in order to to kind of fix the foundation of the sliding things, you have to take off the drawer. So when I was trying to unhook it, I was like, why can't I figure this out? Oh my gosh, like, do I have to just tell her I can't do it? And like all these thoughts were going on in my head, and then I looked closer and I was like really trying to assess everything that was going on, like trying to understand the mechanism. And I was like, okay, I need to unscrew it. Unscrewed it and realized that on one side, the sliding portion of the drawer was not attached to the inside of the drawer, inside of the dresser, and so that was what was causing it to still come in and out, but it was not sliding properly. And when you close the drawer, it was actually caving in a little bit on one side because that little silver sliding mechanism was completely off the dresser. So I was super proud of the fact that I was able to fix that, even though it probably sounds super simple to most people. But I'm proud, you know, you gotta appreciate the small victories. But anyway, by the way, my boyfriend's friend was really, or still is really into hot sauce, and he used to cook them on his own, and I don't know where it went with that. I don't think they work in the same store anymore, so they don't talk as much about it. But in that process, we got so many hot sauces, like homemade, really cool hot sauces. And my favorite one had a little bit of grapefruit in it, which was really, really cool. I think we just finished it, but I don't know. A while ago, I made a video that was like a Hot Ones ripoff, and Hot Ones is a show by First Sweet Feast on YouTube. And they do interviews with celebrities that are promoting something while eating really, really hot wings. Like one side of the board will feature like not as hot sauces, and then to the end, which is their brand hot sauce, and it's supposed to be super, super hot. But in that process, my boyfriend got super intrigued by hot sauces and picked up a few brands that were on the show, and then this one is one of them. And this kind of has like a Asian food, like kind of sriracha, but a little bit more vinegary. And I actually like this, and I thought it would go well with the salad. The thing about salad, it's so good, and you can eat so much of it, but there's just so much chewing because of all the lettuce and other crunchy stuff that it usually has. Like, it's so tiring to eat. I wanted to talk about something that my friends noticed, I noticed, one of my subscribers noticed. I think there's someone subscribed to my channel that always dislikes my video, and I thought, okay, maybe it's my sister, because I have a group chat with my dad, my brother, and my sister, and send them a link to my video just so they can check it out and be supportive of my videos. I thought she would see that and dislike my videos because she was mad at me. And then I was like, honestly, my sister works full time. She has 2 kids. She's got a family. Like, I'm sure she doesn't have time to go and dislike my video every single time. And I don't think she would do that. So I was like, maybe this person that subscribed expected handywoman videos, because that is part of my life and that is something that I'm working on all the time. And then I also post vlogs of my life and of my dogs and of food and things that you might not have wanted from something, or maybe had different expectations. But I mean, at the end of the day, this is my little space in the internet, and I can post whatever I want. And if a part of my life is wanting to go back to economics, or wanting to incorporate that into my life, my dogs, starting my business, maybe wanting to go back to trade school, I really am thinking about it. And then food, vlogs, going to the park, boring shit to maybe other people. Like, if you don't like that, then you're gonna have your opinions. So maybe that's why they don't like my videos. But then I thought, okay, well, like that closet track video that I cut and installed, and then I did like a summary after I did all the installation and received the payment, everything was done. I thought that video is so handywoman. Like, there's nothing else that I could make it out to. Like, that is what you would want to expect if you were subscribing for handywoman videos, like a girl doing handiwork. Like, that would be it, right? But no, that person disliked that video too. So I don't know, it's still a view, so I'm really appreciative. I mean, honestly, even if they did like my video, the fact that they're watching all the time to dislike it, like, that's kind of supportive in some ways. Maybe they dislike my videos straight up because they don't like who I am. It could be another valid reason, but I appreciate you watching, and coming around and giving me a time of your life, your day, because that's pretty cool. So anyway, I hope that I can film something today. I don't film like anything that I fix or assemble when I'm at the client's house, because it's just a weird thing to ask, and I just don't. So I don't really know where my content's gonna really go. Another thing that I've been thinking about is going back to trade school in February, which is in 2 weeks, but I just can't decide which class to take. I just found out that there was some kind of electrical fire at my boyfriend's, downstairs of my boyfriend's family's apartment or something like that, like a different family or different people were living there, and it caught on fire, and I just saw the photos, and one photo, and it just looked so scary, and apparently it was due to some kind of electrical thing. So it makes me want to learn about electrical stuff, because that's completely over my head, other than changing ceiling lights and rewiring a light switch or something like that, this energy going this way, and then that hits this, and that changing to something else. I remember seeing that as one of the online electrical related modules that we had to take at that maintenance place that I work for, or as a maintenance person, and oh man, it was so new to me, so it kind of makes me want to go into knowing that. But the thing is, I wonder how people learn all of that out, like a contractor that doesn't go to school for being a contractor, just knows everything in construction, in plumbing, in electrical, and HVAC. How did they learn all that, without school, just learning on the job? It's just a lot. Those 4 things go so hand in hand with everything. That is, the foundations and all the elements of a building, all the elements of a dwelling, that it's in order to be a contractor, you have to know all of these things. And it's so crazy to be this time last year, I would never even have been so in all of contractors, because you hear about contractors, some contractors being sleazy or not following code and whatever, and that was my only base knowledge about it. But learning about construction of a building and all the step-by-step things, you can't just build a thing with wood and nails and hangers and whatever and install windows and doors and be that. You have to pour the concrete, you have to do the piping, you have to get the ventilation going. All these things that have to go in, you know, like hand in hand, intertwined in the process. And like, you just don't really think about that. But then we live here, we're able to buy our own homes, like without knowledge of how things work and how it was built, and it's just so crazy to me. But not only that, for someone to know of all these different elements, the 4 that I listed, it just seems like so much, but it's not, right? It's just, wow, like, I don't know where to start. I guess I'm so intrigued, like I want to know, and this like weird idea came up where I was like, wait, maybe I can build my own house one day out in the middle of nowhere, and you know, have a foundation and have a crawl space, and then build everything on my own, take my time, and like build everything perfectly and just like the way that I want it, and like just sounds so amazing. But like not a huge house, like a small little like 1-bedroom house with like, that's like 2-story, so I guess that would be 2-bedroom, I don't know. But it's just like, wow, like I would kind of want to do that. But I'm just coming into a realization that with that plan, I don't mind learning all the elements, like taking my time through trade school and learning all of the different aspects. I think at this point, I want to learn the plumbing part first, because I feel like the foundation part is the easiest to understand. And I'm kind of like daunted by the electrical stuff because it's just so completely different from anything that I've learned, that I'm really leaning towards going back to school in February. It's just, I don't know what I'm gonna do for money. I can continue working for the contractor and have that steady thing, but I don't know. I really don't know.
Sometimes life just moves too slow. You gotta find a reason.